Happiness is a choice. So is sadness. Um, as we try to live and, um, feel success, feel happiness, we realize that it's not out of our control. A person's happiness is not out of their control. Their emotional state is not out of their control. But it's not something that you just flip the switch and feel. It takes time to manifest emotions. No matter how you're feeling right now, bad, good, that emotional state will go away and it'll change into something different gradually. So when I say happiness is a choice, I don't mean you can just flip the switch somehow in 1 second starting from now and simply start feeling a different way. Because if this was the case, if it was like this simple, then everybody would be walking around feeling happy. No one would really choose sadness ever. But people end up being sad somehow. And in my opinion, it's because they haven't planted the correct seeds. Happiness is a choice, means that you're constantly planting seeds that lead to a certain direction. Think about it. It's so systemic, it's so systematical, it's so practical. If you plant a seed into the dirt and you don't water it and don't give it sunlight, it's not really going to grow much. But if you give it sunlight and water, it's going to grow and it's going to be big and healthy. So, in everything, there's a system. Emotions are also a system. Following your happiness, following your joy, is a choice because you work towards it by doing the right things now to reap the fruits of your actions in the future. So the seeds that you're planting are either good or bad, toward happiness or toward sadness. And you have to not do that which will make you sad and do that which makes you happy. And there's a lot of belief systems about it. I'm not here to teach you any belief systems. I'm not even here to indoctrinate you. I'm just saying you gotta ask yourself, what kind of stuff will truly make me happy in the future? What kind of stuff will truly make me sad in the future? You have to ask yourself these questions. And you can't expect to have your cake and eat it too. Sometimes you have to give up certain things to feel happy. Sometimes you have to do something to become less sad. And don't confuse a quick action with happiness. At this point, we lived for so long as spiritual beings, we've probably lived on other planets and other worlds and other dimensions. Many lifetimes, many years. And it's probably been too long to say that, okay, if I do this now, it's just making happiness like this right away. I just need to get this, and that'll be the reason why something inside of you says, get this, or do this, or buy this, to feel this way right away, to feel good and successful right away, is because you planted the seeds a long time ago that lead up to this, and this would be a sort of completion for that. What I'm saying is, the way that a person feels after doing an action right now, immediately, is not necessarily from that action that they feel that way, but that goes back to a long time ago, many seeds that you planted before. So just because somebody affects you now negatively, maybe says an insult to you, and you feel really bad about that, that's only because you already had planted some seeds a long time ago that allowed that to happen to you. Just because you do something now that makes you feel really good all of a sudden does not mean that that was the action that made that happen. It was because there was previous seeds sown that allowed that emotion to harvest. So always the rule is follow your joy, follow your happiness. But all I'm saying is be aware of what's truly going to make you happy, what has in the past, and what is not really going to do that. Happiness is always done, and here's the hint: happiness is always achieved through that which is right or holy, and sadness is only achieved through that which is not holy or not right. And the understanding for this is that, well, the source made us, and the source wants to understand itself. The source wants to self-realize. So everything comes from source, right? Everything emanates from the source. So we either get rewarded by the source when we do something that will make us happy, therefore follow your joy, or we will get sadness, which will be a lack of happiness. If we go towards that direction and don't serve the source, and we don't do what the source would want us to do, because everything comes from the source. To repeat it again, everything comes from the source, and we have to serve the source and do what the source wants of us, so it'll reward us with yet another gift from itself.